So you need to fill out a FUII. I'll walk you through this. So you're going to go through the QC forms. You're going to find UL 48 FUII, the PDF page 17 or the FUII page 15, and page 16. So in the PDF you'll print out page 17 and page 18. But basically you're going to need to fill this out. There's a lot of stuff you need to fill out on here. It's very specific. So I'll walk you through all of that. Just bring it over to this monitor. Okay, so first, you're gonna put the date. I usually just put the month and the year. You can put the model or part number. So I put the part number, the complete part number, the TLPN. So that could look like 3073.17.usbk.01. Then I put the job number right here also. UL serial number. That's the number on the actual UL label. Sign construction type. You're going to put box cabinet. That's all we make here, box cabinet. Illumination source, LED. We do not use any of these other ones. So unless you're instructed otherwise by an engineer, LED. Construction and performance review, that's all of this right here. So let me walk you through this. Metal enclosure meets materials and minimum thickness requirements. This is completed by engineering when they're making the unit. So you can just put a checkbox right there. Conduits. Does this unit have any exposed metal areas that would require a conduit? Basically, if you've got a hole that feeds a wire through it, you want to make sure that those burrs are not exposing wires. So when possible, we have conduit. You put a check mark there. Sign bodies and faces constructed to exclude moisture. That is done in the development phase of our product, and you can put a check mark right there. Drain openings provided. Some of our units, it will be very obvious which ones, are going to be outdoor units, such as canopies. In that case, if it's possible for them to retain water, we want to ensure that they have a way of draining water. Some canopies have a flat top. Those do not require a drain because water will just flow right off. Others are prone to pooling water, so we want to make sure that we check that box when they have a drain. Security of face panels and joints. You want to push on signage, you want to grab things and make sure that they are secure and they're not just going to fall off or fly off with a gust of wind. Provisions for mounting and support. Again, these two tie in together. Make sure that everything's constructed in a way that will keep it from falling apart. Electrical and thermal. No accessible live parts. Look around, look at the wiring, make sure there's no unused wires that are just floating around and just accessible. All unused wires should be taped off, cut, trimmed, crimped, or just protected. They should not be exposed. Electrical and thermal spacings maintained. This is something that is provided by engineering during the production phase, so you can put a check mark there. Grounding and bonding. When we have these transformers that have the metal boxes, they look like this. You want to make sure that they have a grounding wire. Now, it'll be that green wire. It'll be mounted in there. You can see it from through these holes. We do have other boxes where you'll be able to see them through here, and they're typically mounted with a screw like sticking out on the outside. So keep an eye out for those. Like this one. That screw is for grounding. So we want to make sure that we have proper provisions when those types of transformers are what we're looking at. Wiring suitable for application. This is done by engineering. Of course, if you see anything kind of sketchy looking with electrical wiring, please contact engineering. Barriers and bushings. Again, anytime that a wire is passing through an exposed area, it should either have a conduit or it should have a we call them grommets, so that the wire can pass through without scraping against the burrs. Devices and components. Components are suitably rated and compatible with illumination source. We purchased our materials already like that, so you can check that box. Components meet applicable UL 48 requirements. Our stuff is already UL 48 compliable. That's something verified by engineering in the production stage. UL recognized components have been found in the UL IQ 4 signed components and are used within their conditions of acceptability. Basically, this is saying that we need to list any UL products on this sheet, and I'll show you how we do that in a little bit. Construction specific signs, supplemental requirements for cord connected trailer, awning, sectional, HID, neon, rebuilt, skeleton, PV signs. What I've been told about this is on some units, for example, the 5081.49 and the 5081.150, which is a Halo surround by US Bank, that is 2 units combined as one. Those 2 units would require a sectional UL sticker. That means the first unit, so it's one single unit comprised of 2 separate units. So the first unit would require a sectional that says 1 of 2, and the next unit would require a sectional that says 2 of 2. That is the only instance that I can think of that we would use a sectional. Construction specific signs. Markings and installation instructions provided and suitable for the sign. When applicable, we should be including installation instructions. General workmanship, no metal shavings or sharp edges, drain holes deburred. We're looking for this throughout the process. Correct hardware is included. Make sure that everything called out on the BOM is included. Performance, applicable type and production line tests are performed. Did it pass our QC test? All of the above were satisfactory in compliance with UL 48. You can check that box if everything passed. If things need to be reworked, he would fill out the appropriate stuff down here. This is supposed to match what is on our tag right here. So, order number. I usually put the job, date of manufacturing, I put the month and the date, or the month and the year. Serial number, I'll put the job number. Unit, I'll put 1 of 5, 2 of 5, 3 of 5. Hertz, volts, and amps. I've been told we always put 60 hertz, 120 volts, 15 amps. Okay, 60 hertz, 120 volts, 15 amps. This, you only need to fill this out if you have a sectional UL sticker. And then wet, damp, and dry location. If you're unsure which of these the product is suitable for, please contact engineering. Basically the stuff that I just walked you through, you would fill out right here. And then right here you would fill out a list of all the components, the electrical components made up on that unit. The easiest thing to do though is to check this box, print out a copy of the BOM, and attach it to this checklist. Then you come down to printed name, you will write your name, and then you will go set this on engineering's desk. People that can sign off on this are only people that have been certified by UL. Engineering has been certified by UL, and we can leave that on their desk. Now additionally right here you can see it says grounding and bonding statement, yes or not applicable, and disconnect switch statement, yes or not applicable. Now this is the L37 and the L38. This is the L37 sign, so this goes on everything that has grounding. The sign is intended to be installed in accordance with the requirements of Article 600 of the National Electrical Code. This includes proper grounding and bonding of the sign. Basically, this is going to go on nearly every single one of your UL labels. And then this is the L38. Whenever you have one of those metal GE transformers with the disconnect switch, the little toggle switch, you'll make sure you have this included there too, right? So those will go together. You will get a UL sticker and place it right here. You'll go take that form, print it out, leave it on engineering's desk. You're going to, we keep a log of all the UL stickers, so you're going to keep chronologically ordered the UL sticker, the job number that UL sticker went to, and the date that you issued it. If there is a skip from your number, so if this is UL number 1 and the next one is UL number 2, and if you have UL number 1, 2, and then the one you have is 4 and 3 is missing, then on that form you're going to write the UL number 3 and write misplaced, missing, or discarded. And then you will take this and the applicable L37, L38 stickers, and you're going to place them on a unit as inconspicuously as possible. On a surround, typically, I'll place them on the back. On an enclosure, you can put them either inside the header if it opens up, or you can tape them on the inside walls or in the back. Basically, these stickers need to be put in an area that is not removable. So, for example, that access panel can be removed. You don't want to put the UL sticker on the back of that access panel, because if that access panel is replaced, then we lose the UL certification. That UL checklist is for the entire unit, not for that. So I'd recommend in this case putting it somewhere like that, inside the bottom, where they'd have to replace the whole unit to discard that. So if you have any questions, contact a lead, a supervisor, or engineering.